So that's my embed. Lovely. Pin this and create back into here. Update. Now here. Okay, back in the main OFA. Come on, quick, quick, quick. Gotta be faster. Okay, hop in here, paste it up. Lovely. Pin it. Okay. Alright. Alright. Let's get this party started. Get everybody joined in. All right, bingo. Here we go. The room is open. Good morning, everybody. Dante here. Glad to be back with you. Excited to get the day going. It's Monday, and we know here how we start the week is how we end the week. So let's start it off with a bang. I'm sorry about last Friday, gang. I just had something come up that I had to take care of. And I know, oops. I just had something come up I had to take care of last Friday, and I know there were tons and tons of questions, so we will do a super session this morning. I want to make sure every single person has your questions answered so we can start off the week strong, start it how we ended it as well, or end it how we started it, I should say. So let's not take any time wasted. You guys all know the drill. Look at the hands going across the screen. Let's get right into it. Charlie, you're going to be first. Good morning, sir.
Hey Dante, how you doing?
Living the dream. How about you?
Doing all right.
Bingo.
Hey, I have about 250 people in the community, almost.
Look at you go.
That's good, but not a lot of engagement. They don't come back very much. They come post something, and then they don't really come back, and it's not like the community I want it to be.
Mmm.
But I did want to see if I could start monetizing it. I wanted to throw out something. So I just did a thing where I said, hey, if you post, I'm gonna spin the wheel and whoever wins gets a coaster. And so I did that, and so someone won, and I'm gonna post a little video of it in the community. And so I wanted to send an email out saying, hey, go check this out to see if you won, as
Yep.
well as I need some ideas for some t-shirts. So, real quick, I wanted to see if you could look over the email I was going to send.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's, I don't know if you'd have any comments on maybe how to get the community more engaged. I've been using ChatGPT.
Uh-huh.
Um, but it's hard to get people like passionate about coming back to this community. Everybody's got so much things on their plate today.
Yup. Have you called any of them, Charlie?
I don't have anybody's phone numbers.
Okay, cool. Maybe we add that to the opt-in form. Maybe you start trying to collect numbers and see if that decreases conversions at all to your opt-in rate. If it doesn't, then we can just keep collecting numbers. We call our customers. In cases like this, where it's like, why is this happening? We could of course do a deep dive and look at everything and try and identify a couple things, but a couple phone calls to your customers usually shows you everything, and then we just go fix. So you don't have their numbers, no worries. You're running a giveaway. We can definitely look at that email. I think a giveaway is a great way to get the community re-engaged, re-energized, and wanting to look more at your community. But after that, Charlie, I'd tell you to email them. I would tell you to email them, and I'd have you send an email out to everybody and say, hey guys, I'm trying to create an amazing community for bourbon lovers, and I want to do amazing things with this community. I've just noticed that I don't see you're super interactive. So could I ask why? Is there anything I'm not doing or I should be doing differently to make you want to be more in this group? Simple emails like that. Your people will reach out and they will tell you like, hey, I don't like this. I don't like this. I love this, but I'm having trouble here. So don't send that email immediately. You're running the giveaway, and that's a really great idea. But we can just, it's the answer to all things. If the people aren't doing what we want, ask them why.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
But yeah, go ahead and share your screen, Charlie. Let's go take a look at that email.
Okay.
All right, cool. Permissions are set.
Let's see. That's the community. Here's the email. Is it too small or are you okay?
No, you're great. You're great. I'm just going to read this really quick, too. A lot of times when I read it, we find little things, maybe in verbiage or tone. The wheel has spoken. I just posted a 10-second video of the spinning wheel that chose our Flex Friday coaster winner. Head to the giveaways topic to see who snagged their first Barrel and Stone coaster. A thank you shout out to the 27 members who flexed bar carts, bourbon rooms, and brand new bottles. Scroll the thread and give them a like if you haven't yet. I would probably add to that again. There, at the end of that paragraph, I'd probably say there were some really cool ideas I'd never even heard of before.
Okay.
Cool. 3, help shape our first community t-shirt. A few of you asked about merch, and I'd love to make something you would actually wear. So, drop one bourbon slogan you'd proudly sport on a t-shirt in this new brainstorm thread. The t-shirt brainstorm. Example to spark ideas, but don't feel limited. Fueled by bourbon and bad ideas. Neat freak. Whiskey is my love language. Great. Perfect there. What's in it for you? If your line wins the vote next, you'll get the first shirt free and eternal bragging rights. No pressure. Jump in if inspiration strikes. The more voices, the better the shirt, and the more reasons to keep this community lively. Thanks again for making our kickoff weekend so much fun. See you in the threads. Let's just change up this no pressure one. No pressure. Jump in if inspiration strikes. The more voices, the better the shirt. We could change that to something like these shirts will be built by Bourbonatos for Bourbonatos.
Okay.
Cool. And then we'll say something like, don't miss your chance to mark your legacy. Yeah, cool. Don't miss your chance to mark your legacy, or don't miss your chance to make your mark forever. Anything like that will be fine. Thanks again for making. Let me just see that footer really quick. Cheers from Charlie. A button to jump them to the community. Yes, sir. Hyperlink text to get them back to those posts. Yes, sir. Great work. Beautiful. Simple footer. Lovely, Charlie. This is great.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, great
Okay,
stuff.
thanks. Thanks. Okay, and then should I create a topic for the t-shirt slogan?
Yes, I probably would. And then in there, you're gonna want to use a Google form. Have you seen Trey's training on this?
I mean, I've used Google Forms before when I did the coaster thing. Um,
Well, I mean, like, have you seen that two-part series from
yes,
Trey?
I did.
Okay, cool. So he uses Google Forms in that he just links to a Google form. Everybody can fill everything out on a Google form. So yeah, you can make a new topic that is only about t-shirt entries. And then in your post, just link to the Google form for that month. Right? So the month of May, here's the post for the month of May. And in that post, you just link to the Google form itself. And then they just go to the form, fill it out. You have everything centralized, super simple.
Okay, and should they be able to see everybody else's
Absolutely.
and then vote? I don't know if they should.
Yes, and then you have votes. That's a big reason we use the forms. You're going to be able to vote right inside the form. People can choose which ones that they want. You can even make a new form for the votes. There's a couple different ways you can do that. But yeah, uh, you want people to see what's been submitted so they can vote on them 100%.
And then they can add their own. I think I did that with the
Yes,
urban coasters. They can add their own, and then it can just add that to the next person who sees it.
absolutely. Yes.
Okay,
And now you have a bank. After this first one, you'll have a bank of really great ideas.
I hope so.
You will.
Okay, so I guess I should leave that up for 3 days-ish, maybe.
Leave it up for a week.
Leave that for a week. Okay.
Yep.
All right. And then I need to figure out a design. Because I'd have a slogan and then and a design, and the two together would then make a t-shirt, right?
That's exactly right. You go slogan first. What slogan would you buy on a t-shirt? After they fill in their slogans, next, great. Here's our winning slogan. What design do you think would go great with this? And
And
then
ask
that's it.
them to describe a design.
Yeah, yeah, that's absolutely right. Like, what do
Okay.
you think it should be? That's exactly what Trey did. And somebody came back and for his first t-shirt design, they were like, oh, I think it'd be really cool to have a pilot's face split down the middle, and one is the human part of him and one is the skeleton of him. And then, boom, that was it. It was like, oh, yeah, I got that inspiration. Trey literally copy and pasted that, sent it to his designer. Designer turned it into a great design, printed on a black shirt, white text.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. That's what I'll try to do. And any thought? So for the community, I'll send this email out today. Maybe tomorrow send another email out trying to get more engagement, or is that too soon?
Yeah, no, that's too soon. You mean to get them back to this post to make sure that they stay engaged?
Yeah.
Yeah, too soon. I would probably wait 3 days. This is
Okay.
Monday. Yeah, I'd probably hit them back on Wednesday.
Okay. That's what I'll do then.
Cool. Perfect.
All right. Thanks, Dante.
You got it, Charlie. Great stuff, man. All right. Yes, gang, I'm sorry about Friday. I just had something come up and I had to go take care of that. And I'm the only coach right now. I'm trying to change that, bring on some other people, but that's hard because I want to make sure it's always perfect, right? So anyway, I'm sorry about Friday. We did have those sessions. If you joined in on those, I'm going to get replays later today, and I'm going to get those all posted up. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm sure it was, Holly. Jessie is amazing. I'm super jealous. I would love to get to work with her every day. Okay, let's hop over to Sharon. Good morning, Sharon.
Good morning. I think this will be a quick question. So you'll remember I'm with the women's kickboxing studio,
That's right.
and the front end offer is like a 2-week trial membership, trying to upsell to like a longer term membership. I'm not at this stage yet, but how is it going to work in terms of like we use a club management software called Moment. So they're going to purchase whatever. Do I then have to manually create their account and put the membership on their account in Moments and then manually send them an email or whatever, or the system sends them an email saying, okay, your membership is set up. This is what you have to do. These are the next steps. Or is there any way to link ClickFunnels and Moments? Like, I'm just curious to know what that's going to look like when I get there.
What's your software called? Moment?
It's called Moments. It's spelled Momence.
Okay, Moments. It doesn't look like it's in Zapier. Let me see. CE. Okay, it doesn't look like it's in Zapier, but I would have to imagine Moments has an open API, yes?
I do not know what that means.
Okay. Okay, no worries. Basically, how do I explain this? Okay, here we go. You have a perfect example. You have two softwares. Think of them like two islands, ClickFunnels and Moments. So how do these two islands connect? Because they're both two islands surrounded by water. So that is what an API is. It can connect two softwares. And this is exactly what Zapier does. Have you heard of Zapier?
Only from you, so I don't really know what it is.
Cool. Zapier is the bridge that connects ClickFunnels and Moments so that when somebody buys here, it can automatically zap over and their
I see.
account can automatically be created. Now, I don't see Moments in Zapier, which means we won't be able to use Zapier for this. But what you can do is go to Fiverr and get a very basic developer, and you can probably do an API connection, Sharon. That's what you need. This is a very low-level developer task. It is not difficult whatsoever. You should easily be able to find a dev to set this up for you. You could do it manually to start, but why even do
I
that,
don't
right?
want to. Yeah, I really
I
don't
couldn't
want
agree.
to.
Yeah, if I spent 1 minute doing that, it'd drive me bonkers,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
I would definitely get on Fiverr, get a developer who can connect API connections. You'll be rocking and rolling. Now, every time a purchase is made here through the API, whoop, sends it over to Moments. They grab the data, create the profile, do the whole thing. That can all be
Oh, that's
automated.
great. Oh, that's fantastic. That is the news I wanted to hear. Thank you.
You got it, Sharon. Any other questions?
I think that's it. Well, actually, one other little thing.
Sure.
Where's the best place to learn more about creating a community in ClickFunnels? Because I did create it, and I don't know. I mean, just I don't like. Obviously, I'm missing steps. Like I tried to add myself. I tried to add my head trainer, and we're not in it. Like we're in it, but we're not in like is a community different from a group? You create a group within a community. Is that it?
Well, yes, that's kind of it. Yes, you have your community, which is like the overarching thing. And then inside that, you have different groups. And then each
Okay.
group gets their own topics. So you would have to add you and your person to the group as admins. Did you do that?
I don't know, but I'll do it later. I'll
Okay,
check later.
good. Yes, that's the hierarchy. Community to groups, and inside the groups, they have their own topics.
Okay, so what Charlie just showed you, that
Mhm.
was a group he created.
Yes, that's a group inside of his
Okay.
communities because you can have many different groups. And you can have some of your groups can be like open to everybody, and then some of your groups can be private. Like for example, we have the main One Funnel Away group, and that's open
Yeah.
to any ClickFunnels user. They can all see it, they can all access it. But then I have private VIPs that only VIPs see.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, that's all I need to know. Thank you.
Awesome. You got it. Great question, Sharon. Let's
Thanks.
roll on over to Sonia. Good morning, Sonia.
Hello, hi Dante.
Hey, hey.
Good to have you back.
Great to be here.
Sorry. I was working on my landing page over the weekend, and I would like to take a look with you again to
Yeah.
see what I can improve and what is working. Hold on, where is the share button here? Sharing my screen. Can you see the screen?
Got you loud and clear.
Okay, perfect. So, do you just want me to scroll down, or how do you want to do it?
Man, this looks awesome. Have you launched, Sonia?
I haven't yet. No, I haven't finished it. I haven't got the thank you page and everything ready yet. I was working on the landing page over the whole weekend. So it's a lot to do for me. Everything is new and I need to figure out a lot of things.
Sure. Sure. Yeah, let's take a look. Wow. Great. Great. Oh, here you go, Sonia.
Do you think those these are photos from Instagram I've taken just for social media. Can I take them here as well, or is it better to make professional photos and put them in there?
Split test it and see. Everybody's customer reacts a little bit differently. I think this is perfect for your funnel, for what you're doing. You don't have a big authoritative presence yet, right? You don't have like a large following or a big movement you've created.
I haven't no.
I think this is absolutely perfect. It gives you the real human touch. People like to work with people, and this is a very people picture. It's a very people funnel. It's grassroots. I think this is perfect. And then as you start building up authority, then sure, we can go more professional on the photos, but this is great.
Okay.
Great image. Literally, I see everything I need to see right there. So good.
Okay.
Come on with it, Sonia. But when? Yes.
This turns out bigger if it's in live. I don't know
Cool.
why, but it's smaller here.
It's
And
just a flex container in your editor. Yeah, it's perfectly fine though. Even if it showed like that, you're good. But if it's bigger, it's better.
so I
Yes.
added that here with
Yes.
my gut issues. And then
Yes.
am I talking too much here? Is it better to keep that shorter, or
Yeah,
is
I do think we could keep that shorter. You have two sections there. Go back up a little more too. A little more up. A little more up. Right, so we hit testimonials. Yeah, I think you can definitely shorten the story and make it one section, but that's a great thing to split test, Sonia. Um, Especially because you have like a grassroots funnel here, grassroots images, the whole thing. Your story might actually be perfect. We got to watch clarity on that one, and we got to split test it and see. Typically, especially in 2025, we find less is more across the board. You have all these companies and corporations across the board trying to minimize their funnels, trying to minimize what they're saying, trying to make everything as short and sweet as possible to give really quick dopamine hits, and also building this so people can just quickly scroll and quickly see what they're doing. So it is a lot of story, but you did a good job with it. He did a good job. And the people that are going through what you're going through, the dream customers that you're trying to speak to, I don't think there's too much here for them to read. So I would start with this. Just keep an eye on it, and you can split test the story.
all right? Okay, we'll do that.
Yep.
I'll just write that down.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Story. Okay, and then
Yep.
I
Story.
might shorten that here then as well.
Yep.
So, and here I have this freedom from skin, gut, and chronic pain struggles look like. And hold on, do I have the other thing? And then I have that, and I don't know if that is overlapping, if that goes in the same direction, or if I leave that in.
No, I leave
Or
that
if I
in.
split test it. So both in one landing page, or would you split test and then put one in each?
What do you mean exactly?
That I have this, because this is well, it's not completely the same, but it goes in the same direction.
Right.
That
You mean
I have this
as
one
what
in
you
one
already have
funnel,
a.
and on one landing page, and this in another landing page.
Oh, no, no, no. You can keep it all right here. You can keep it all on the same.
Okay.
Yep.
So
So good.
And then I changed this up. I moved that up. I have two different versions of the ideal client and not the ideal client, so I split test that, but I only have this one in here. So this is the ideal. Why not the ideal client? And then I have the modules here from the course.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have what they get on top. And I don't know, I have this, if I just take that out here.
I would probably want to see a image of the certificate. It would make it a lot stronger.
Okay. I've seen in ClickFunnels that there's a function that it's generated by ClickFunnels.
Yes,
there
our
a way to-
courses can generate certificates. But like you want a hero image of your certificate. You know, like yes, they can get certificates after each module, and that's like a simple certificate that shows them, yes, you did do the thing. But you want to have like, you know, the Harvard thing that they're going to hang on their wall, that perfect picture of the certificate, that as a placeholder that says your name here on it for customers, so they can see it and envision their names there. I think that's just what you'd want to show there.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but I can leave that down there. That is not
That's perfectly fine. Yep.
Okay, cool. And then this is just a screenshot. I haven't paid for it yet because I'm still playing around
Yep.
with it. And
Look at you.
is there a way to say, or what would you do here? Because I'm thinking of making either a one-time payment or a payment over 2 or 3 months for the membership.
You can do both if you want to. Those will just be two products that you add to the order form. And one is a one-time product. The next is a payment plan product. And payment plans are always going to be more expensive. We typically tack at least 20% onto a payment plan.
20% it is. Okay, I was always wondering how much. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right. And do I put that on here, or I am only on the opt-in form then? That there's a second option for the payment plan then?
You're going to put that on the order form where they actually make their purchase.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, you can mention here payment plans available if you want to. I probably wouldn't even though. I wouldn't even mention it till the order form.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay. And then I have this sentence now.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Lovely.
And
Hit him with a little fear.
that's it.
Great. Hey, I noticed your button, Sonia. Your button is set to submit right there. Your button's set to submit, but are you collecting any customer information here, or is it just a sales page?
This is just the sales, but the button goes to the order form. I
Right.
haven't set that up yet.
Okay, cool. Just make sure to change your button action, and it can be goes to next step in the funnel. Submit is only used when we're collecting customer info.
Close to next. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Aside from that, this is fantastic. Thank you pages are so simple. We're just going to thank them for doing what they did, confirm the action they've already taken, and then hit them with a thank you that tells them the next steps. You know, step 1, do this. Step 2, do this. Step 3, do this. And that's it. Easy peasy.
Okay, cool. Can I just quickly show you the order form?
Yeah.
Because I have now the question. I have that set up exactly how, well, I hope how he told me last week. That is okay so far. And well, why is that? There's half missing now. What's going on? Okay, I was playing around.
No, you're fine. We're looking at step one right now. So this, great question here, Sonia. This is a digital product. You do not need to ship or fulfill, and you don't need to collect their address. So anytime you're just selling a digital product, our order form changes to not. As a marketer, one of our chief goals is to remove the steps necessary in the process for customers to get their outcome. So if we ask on step one of the order form, if we ask for their shipping information or their billing address, well, that's more things they have to fill out and lower conversions. So we just remove those things. You don't need it for a digital product, so it's not on the order form. We can find our step two information though. Let's go click on your order form itself. Yes. And now in the top right, your checkout preview is a drop down, step 1 of 2. Yep. We're going to go to step 2 of 2, and now we can see the second step, the payment step.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
That's cool. Yeah. Cool. Okay.
So what was your question on that?
Where do I put the monthly payment or the payment plan?
Yes, we have to just go create a new product.
And no, sorry, I mean on the to outline it here, to tell them you have the option either to pay 279 or 3 times payment. And
Oh, yes. Okay, so what you could do is you could make a 2-column row. Let me get this. Right over here where everything is, you could actually make a 2-column row, which would be split down the middle. And here is normal, and here is your payment plan. And now you can break it down just like that so they can see your normal program and the payment plan. And then if you're going to do that, you might want to add a new row like down here instead, just so you have more options to run everything. You could also just link down below today right there. You could link right here that there's a payment plan available. And then they can just scroll down and see the information about the payment plan. Does that make sense?
yes, yeah, it does. Okay.
Yeah, beautiful.
There's several options here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's it actually. So,
Nice. Yeah, this looks really great. The only thing I might add to it is a headline up here, and just saying maybe even just like you say, skin, gut, and beyond. You might have something that says like you're one step closer to skin, gut, and beyond, or you're one step closer to holistic health, or something like that. Just a simple headline. Aside from that, this looks fantastic.
all right. So I have you one step closer. I have on the landing page actually. Do I swap that?
No, you could still leave it there. Have it again here.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So I finish that, and then in the next days I put it up, and then we see how it goes.
Exactly right. Have clarity on it before you launch it. And then, yeah, let's put it out in front of our customers, see how they react, and we'll make decisions based on that.
Perfect. Thank you.
You got it, Sonia. Great work. Looks beautiful.
Thanks.
All right. Tony's up next. Hey, Tony.
Dante, how's it going, bud?
Amazing. How about yourself?
Doing good, doing good. I
Good.
want to go over my funnel, so I'm going to share with you.
Yeah, how'd the webinar go?
So we had 16 people registered. We had 6 show up. We didn't do any sales. I did have a couple stay on with me afterwards and answer questions. They got back to me Friday and said it was too expensive for them. But another person scheduled a follow-up. I just saw it come across, so we'll see what happens with that.
Nice. What do you do, Tony? When people say it's too expensive, what do you say? What do you do?
Well, I try to hit on their pain points mainly
Right.
when they go there. But yeah, and they just, I mean, that's all they came back with. That's what their answer was.
Right. So do you ever run like the opportunity cost?
Yeah, well, I do like a free consultation.
Well, I mean, when people say it's too expensive, do you say, what's it costing you to not do this right now?
I mean, I do that in the webinar.
Uh-huh. But I mean in person, saying like, because in person, when you have these follow-ups with people, They're going to be telling you the things like, they're going to tell you the pain points.
Right.
Oh man, my back is so bad. And it just makes me feel like there's so many days I don't even go play with my son because even if I'm feeling good, I know to go do this thing is going to hurt my back. And then driving to work every day is miserable. So by the time I get to work, I'm in such a bad mood and I'm in such a bad place mentally. And then you hit them with, so what's it costing you to not do this, to not take control of your health every single day? Have you been passed up by promotions in the past 2 years? Yeah, I have. Do you think that's because of your attitude and what you just shared with me? I probably. So if we don't fix it, how many more promotions are you willing to lose? How many more days with your son are you willing to sacrifice to not take action? That's the opportunity cost.
Gotcha.
Try that next time you're in a one-on-one with somebody like that.
I will do that for
Cool.
sure.
Cool. I'm sorry though. Please continue, Tony.
No, that's okay. No, that's very helpful. Trust me, because you forget sometimes. You get caught up, and
we do.
yeah,
We do.
Absolutely. So I wanted to start off my funnel for this week. So I duplicated the one. So last week was the 5-1 webinar. This week is the 5-8 webinar.
Nice.
But when I duplicated it, the link isn't right. Let me get to that for you. And I tried to go in and change it. So if I come here, it just says register, but you know how it has like the letter number code after it?
Yes.
It's not there. And it's not there for any of the pages. So it doesn't work.
Did you add the event?
I did.
I don't see the event on the page. Like
The timer.
well, the event itself. Let's just see what happens here. Nice. Just a split test for you. Great headline. I love that. Subheadline: without feeling overwhelmed by restrictive diets, long workouts, or crazy lifestyle changes. We could always run a split test, and instead of saying without feeling, we could just have a little bit more curiosity. Russell runs this all the time with people, and it's basically tell them what it isn't. So you would say, something like maybe warning, ... What is that? It's not a colon. It's a whatever. Warning, ... This isn't diet trends. It's not longer workouts, and it's not a crazy lifestyle change.
Gotcha.
You're pretty much saying that, but we could just say it a different way. You're saying without, and then you're saying without, and then without the pains that they've had previously, which is not bad at all. But
Right.
you can split test that little bit different terminology, see if it gives you a lift at all.
Okay.
Okay, right. So you have starts in 3 days. So it looks like you set the timer to the time itself. Let's go back to your original, please. Exit the editor. Beautiful. And let's just go one more time. Exit, and then let's look at that original that you cloned. Bingo. Right. Okay. Click your 3 dots on the registration. Click manage event types. Yes. And it's not there. Okay. Oh, that's interesting, Tony. Unfortunately, I'm just going to have you get with support right away on this one.
Okay.
I don't know. That's really interesting. You cloned this original.
Correct.
Uh-huh.
I thought about just discarding the other one and cloning it again and see what happens, but if you
No,
think I should just go to...
You shouldn't have to do that. But Man, I'm just trying to remember. Oops, let me get Mike in here. Sorry about that, Mike. Uh, I'm trying to remember what that page path. Sorry, Tony.
That's okay.
Is that page path even necessary like that? I don't remember. Is that a special page path that we're giving
Well,
to
well,
FCF?
I went
Go
to do
ahead.
my email with the one I cloned, and it didn't go to the registration page when I used that link.
The link from your previous funnel?
No, so I cloned this one,
Uh-huh.
and then that's how I noticed it. I created an email for people to register,
Uh-huh.
and when I did a test email, clicked on the link to register, it didn't go to the registration page.
It
That's how I
went
noticed it.
it went where?
Uh, I
Somewhere
for
else. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it didn't
okay.
go. It didn't go where it was supposed to go. I forget.
No, that's okay. Tony, on this one, I'm just gonna have you get with support.
Okay, that's
Uh,
easy.
yeah, they'll be able to see exactly why, because you should be able to just clone these funnels over and over and over again without
Yeah,
any.
that's what I've been doing. It was fine. It just for some reason today. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
let's definitely get right to the bottom of that. I actually
okay.
want to have an investigation launched because if there's something going on, we got to find that and fix it immediately.
Okay. And then I created the funnel for the Facebook ads.
Yeah.
Um, so I just wanted to confirm what I was supposed to do here. I know you told me. So I did just the webinar registration page and then the copy of the confirmation,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
But then when I'm here, I was a little confused on the where you resend them. I forget what it's called, but here. After the expiration, the redirect URL, shouldn't it go back to the registration page? Because this will just be running on my Facebook ads. Like I'll just keep it on there. It-
Yes, it should go to the current registration page. You're right.
okay, so I would just have to go in and change that every week. Once Thursday comes, go in and change it to the next week.
Exactly, Tony.
Okay, okay. Um, I think, can we take a quick look at my Facebook ads?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so I stop share this page. All right, so I started this campaign 2 weeks ago, but I just put this morning my pixel on my funnels,
Nice, Tony.
so I don't have
Very
any tracker or anything. My question is though, I can't control my audience, so I don't know if I picked the wrong. Um, I guess it's here. Sorry, let me get to the ad set. So like I can't pick my audience, and I don't see
right
where
over
to do that.
here. Click that for me. Okay. Okay, let's go back up. We gotta find this audience here. Scroll to the top. Okay.
Now, I thought maybe because I picked purchase as what I want to happen, but no one's really purchasing anything.
I don't think you want purchase as the action. You want registration.
Registration. And so I can never find, is that in the ad set or the campaign?
Man, I have an ad guy, Tony. I need to get back in here and look. I haven't been in here in a really long time, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, I think it's in the ad campaign, I think.
No,
So
leads. There you go.
I
Leads.
have leads, right? There's no special categories. I mean, that's pretty simple there.
Yes. So then it should be inside the ad itself. We choose our audience, and that's where we have our targeting.
Yeah, you know what? That's the wrong. Sorry.
You're fine.
Well, that's the right one. Or no, I'm sorry. That I was on. That was going to be. I was going to use that just for the. Um, don't worry about that. Sorry. I
Sure,
should be
no.
down. I should be down here. My bad.
Okay.
So it's on purchase here, but it won't let me change it now. It says I have to create a new campaign.
Uh, yes, I think you do have to make a new campaign. You
So I
can't
didn't know
change.
if that. Sorry, Dante.
No, you're fine. I don't think you can change the conversion once the ad has been created. That
Right.
the ad searches for that conversion. So
Right.
you would have to make a new ad with the conversion of leads.
Well, I could just duplicate that campaign and then go in and change that, I believe.
Yes, sir. You absolutely
Okay.
can.
And you think that would change the audience then? Allow me to pick the audience?
Yes, 100%. You should be able to choose the audience that you're targeting, even with a new pixel. You should be
Right.
able to put in their likes, their interests, the people that they follow, and you should
Right.
still be able to run proper targeting.
Yeah, and that should be like registration then you said instead of purchase.
Yes, leads or registration. I think they have a registration. Gosh, I'm sorry to be honest.
That's
I haven't
that's
been.
okay, man.
I've had
That's
an
okay.
ad guy for so long. I need to go
Yeah.
back and get into this, especially for webinars. But yes, you should be able to run all of that right from one ad.
Okay. Okay. I think that's all my questions. Oh, one last thing. When people, so templemethod.com is my domain,
Yep.
but when I go in and I put that in and search on, go on there, it just brings me to the broadcast page.
Templemethod.com.
Yeah.
So that's our domain forwarding. Where is your domain hosted?
I got it through Ionis.
Oh, okay, cool. So in Ionos, you can, or wherever you bought your domain, Ionos, Namecheap, GoDaddy, whatever, you can set a forwarding rule to your domain. And that's what you need to reset. Right now, you just have it as going to the broadcast page, and you can put in the URL of your registration page. That's what you want to do in
Right.
Ionos. So anytime they type in that domain, they're always forwarded to that specific page.
Register. That's what I thought. Okay, but I have to do it there. Okay,
Yes,
gotcha.
through Ionos, whoever you bought the domain through.
Right.
Absolutely
Okay.
right.
Awesome. All right, Dante, thank you.
Good job, Tony. You're more than welcome, man. Let's keep plugging along. You're doing great.
Yep, will do.
Yes, sir. All right, Rebecca's next. Hey, Rebecca.
Hello, in the middle of my dinner
Of
cooking.
course.
So I'm on day 11 in the e-commerce, and I've never done e-commerce before. And I have a question about or I have 1,000 questions, but I'm gonna just do the one that are most heated right now.
Sure.
So, for example, what country should I focus on? I'm
mean
not
for selling
in
or
the United
importing?
States. Both. Because I find that it doesn't say anything about this when I'm at the point where I do my survey right now.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just thinking okay, because I live in Spain, I have a company registered in Sweden, but it's not much activity in that company, but I have it in Sweden. But from what I see, it's mostly United States people here. So I was thinking, I don't know if it's for United States or if I should focus on the Swedish market or anywhere else.
Where's your customer? I mean,
Everywhere, I guess.
what's your product?
Women entrepreneurs is so I'm gonna go with the hat for now. So I'm follow the example that he says. Basically, I
Great.
start there. Yeah. So I heard on the last meeting that he said that he recommends t-shirts right now, but the hat is still good, right?
Yes, the hat is still good, 100%.
Great.
I would just start with where you're set, because you're selling a brand, you're selling a movement. If you're selling a hat and you're selling a hat to women entrepreneurs, yes?
Yeah, that's right.
Cool. They're global. It's all over the place. Women entrepreneurialism is not just in America. It's a global movement of empowerment and all the stuff. So I would say start out where if you're set up in Sweden right now and to sell in Spain, I would start right there. I would start with that specific customer. Build the movement. Then you can take the movement to America because it's just going to be a little more involved if you start in America. Like, you'll probably want an LLC in America. And then you're going to use a 3PL, a third party
Oh,
logistics. That's things like ShipStation, right? And then you're going to send ShipStation a bunch of hats. And when you sell, they're going to print on demand and ship for you. You would do that all in America. But let's prove the hat concept first. Let's prove the mission. Let's prove that we can make sales where we're set up to sell, and then we can take it global. Does that make sense?
it does. I'm just thinking then I should find do they go through in the where to find for the hat? Should that be in Sweden as well, or should it be in the same country where I'm selling?
Should what be exactly?
The where I buy the hat. Is it called supplier in English? I think so.
I think yes, we would call it supplier.
Yes.
Where you get your stock.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm just thinking about, if I use, for example, Sendrop or something, wouldn't it be a very high cost to ship to Sweden if it's a United States-based company?
But Zendrop has locations all around the world. They're a global shipper. So you should check with Zendrop and see if they have locations to serve Sweden in that short shipping window. I believe they do. From what I'm seeing about Zendrop, they can pretty much fulfill anywhere in the world right now really quickly.
Okay.
But
So
then you'll
when I
want to look
find,
up too, you want to look up other 3PLs. Like who else is there? Trey recommends ShipStation. Trey runs all of his fulfillment through ShipStation. They're known, they're trusted. So if ShipStation had a warehouse or something in Sweden that you could use, I would recommend you use them. You can send ShipStation a box of hats. They can have 50 or 100 hats available on there, ready to roll, and you're just making sales.
okay. So when I do the survey, should that also be, because the groups, I don't know how many, should it be in the same country as I'm going to sell the hats, or can it be wherever?
I'm more interested in data when it comes to that survey. Like if
Yeah.
somebody's outside of your country and shipping is going to take 10 days or 2 weeks, that's not the end of the world, right? How many times do you buy something that you're passionate about and they say, hey, it's going to be a little longer to ship to your
It's
location?
never from Sweden. That's the thing. It's like, but so yeah, but I'm just thinking that if I'm gonna sell to entrepreneurs in Sweden, and if I get data from entrepreneurs in the United States, for example, will it be different? So
Maybe, but entrepreneurialism is entrepreneurialism.
yeah,
Right? So if
yeah,
you have a hat that speaks to the core of who they are, business is business. It doesn't matter if you live in China or New York. It's the same thing
yeah.
across the board. We all resonate with the same things.
Okay, perfect.
Yes. If
That's
you get like from America and Sweden, you put it out there both, and everybody on both sides of the equator is saying, I don't want this hat, and then great, we don't make the hat. If they're all saying this is awesome, then great, we make the hat.
okay. Awesome, great. Okay, I think that's it for now.
Cool. Cool. You're right. You're right on track with this, Rebecca. I'm really excited for this year with tariffs and all the stuff happening in the world. I'm really excited to see Trey's right on the money. We zig when they zag. So all these people are doing all these scrambling, and you're just looking for smaller products that you can easily source without having to worry about the tariff war or any of that. Super smart.
Perfect. Oh, one more question before I let you
Yeah.
go. I have a Facebook page that is like a faceless page that I built through a company that I learned affiliate marketing.
Yep.
So in that page is mostly I think it's United States and it's UK also people. And it's I have run some ads, but it's not been active for a while, but I have like 5,000 members or something in the page.
Nice.
But it's a page, so it's basically built just to be a brand. Can I run ads from that, or would you say that I would start something from scratch?
Well, is this mission, this hat, this new business, does it go along with that page and the things you say and do on that page,
It's
or
for
are they?
entrepreneurs as well, women entrepreneurs.
Ah, yeah, you can definitely run ads from that page then. Is that page going to be the brand that your hat is a part of?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Absolutely. Absolutely, you can run ads from that.
Okay, awesome.
Just
Thank you.
make sure
I'm
to
so
grab.
excited to be here. I just want to say that I think this is such a great, like, it's so great to be able to have live coaching like this. I've never seen anything that is so generous as this. So I just want to throw it out there. I'm really appreciating this.
Ah, it's awesome, Rebecca. We're really glad to hear that. All right.
Thank you.
Oh, you got it. I love my job. Hey, let's hop over to Tony Harding this time. Hey, Tony.
Hey Dante, nice to see you back.
Great to see you, man. How can I help today?
Um, on Friday, while you were away, I joined the call and had a chat with Russell,
Nice.
and he gave me some feedback on the funnel, which was great. And what he suggested was that I have a video on the above the fold instead of my static image.
Yep.
So I'm doing that. I've done the video. I'm just having a little problem with Voomly, which I'm on with supported in a minute.
Cool.
Because if I put it in YouTube, it will render fine on the page, but when I put it in Voomly, it's not rendering. But anyway, I'll sort that out with support. That's not really the one for you, Dante. What I was going to ask you was, if you have a minute, could you just double check my workflows?
Oh yeah.
Would that be okay?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I've not spent a lot of time on the workflow, so maybe if I could share my screen perhaps and just quickly show you the workflow, or but what I'm not so clear about is where to trigger the workflows from.
Yes, I can show you all that, Tony. It's a great
Okay.
question to have.
All right, let me, I have too many screens open.
Yeah, you and me both.
Bear with me.
No worries. Take your time.
Okay, there we go. Let's try that one.
Bingo. I got you.
You got it? Yeah.
Yep.
So the first one is the one with the video. I just made a copy of the original. So I'm just going to go back to the original one for the moment because support are looking at the copy. So
Oh, nice. It looks like that's just going to be a link issue too. They'll get that fixed up really fast.
yeah, I don't imagine there's anything too problematic. It's just, yeah, it's a funny one. So so I've got my first page, which is the landing page, if you like. I've got no workflow on that. But once
Do customers take an action there? Like, do they give you information there, like name and email?
No, it's not. I mean, they'll click the button. I'll preview the screen for you so you can see it. They'll click the button, hopefully, and they'll join, which will take them to the order page.
Right.
And when they go to the order page, at that point, then I'm starting my workflow.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
That's perfect. You're absolutely right. If sign up was like a lead page where they give a name and an email, then I would connect that to a workflow as well, because I grab their contact and I'll at least want to tag them. And then I can see, oh, they saw this page but didn't purchase, and then I could automate marketing to them. But you're perfect. That's a sales page, so we don't need any workflows connected. They go to your order form, and when they purchase, so that comes down to your triggers as well. Do you understand the triggers, Tony?
Yes. So
Beautiful.
let me, hopefully you can see my screen. So that here's my triggers, right?
Yes, sir. Let's
So
let's look at those two triggers. Let's see.
So there's should I click on that one?
Mm-hmm. So order, successful purchase. on either the original funnel. Let me get my annotate tool here. So, order of a successful purchase on the original funnel of goals accountability on your order form page, and anybody can have this happen. That's perfect. Or if they have a successful purchase on your copy of your second funnel on the order form in there, and anybody is allowed in. Does that make sense?
It only makes sense because I've got a copy of a goals accountability funnel, but I'm going to delete that as soon as I get the video.
Cool. Then when you do, you're just going to hit that little check to the right-hand side where I X'd out, and that turns off that trigger. So even if you left the funnel up and somebody was doing it, the trigger is not active.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's close that. And so that's the trigger. And then I tag them to say that they've effectively joined at that point because they've purchased.
Mm-hmm.
And then I send them an email, a joining email.
Beautiful. It's absolutely perfect, Tony. Now, you might want to have an email sequence that comes along after this, right? Like maybe after the first join email, maybe a day later, we want to say something along the lines of, hey, did you watch Mission 1 yet? Or did you go to your first lesson? In your first lesson, we talked about this, this, and this. And one of my big pearls of wisdom that I don't think I shared with you in the video is also this. Do everything in the video. And don't forget about, it's just hitting them when they're hot, right? Getting them back in there, getting them engaged, having emails so they're like, oh man, I skipped out on that thing this weekend. I said I was going to do it, but my life got in the way and then I didn't do it, but I need to get back in there and do the thing. Just re-engagement tactics.
Yes. Yes, indeed. So I kind of do that a little bit. I can do more of that. You're absolutely right. So after the order page, then they get the thank you page.
Yep.
And I'll just show you a preview of that. There's a confirmation page and a thank you page. So I'm using that element of confirmation that you showed me for, and then I asked them to do a couple of next steps. So join the ClickFunnels community and book their session.
Beautiful. Perfect.
And if they do that, how do I get out of that?
This is your preview, so it's just a tab. You can
Oh,
click.
yeah, sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, so then assuming they did that and they went to assuming they went to book their one-to-one session, then they would get to this page.
Mm-hmm.
Which is just basically an appointment booking page.
Yes.
Yeah. And if they take their action there, then that would trigger this workflow.
And let me see those triggers again. Yes.
Yeah. Just clicking on them now.
Appointments. So we could have made, the trigger by page view. And that would mean if they even view the appointment page, if they even go to the page, boom, that's the trigger.
I would prefer that. I didn't realize I could do it. But
we can have two triggers, Tony. We can have two triggers.
Okay.
So, and I'm trying to remember, can we even have a trigger? Add a trigger for me, please.
Yeah.
An event type, hit that drop down.
Page, I've got page view.
Yes, but keep going. Let me see the rest of the triggers. Okay, yeah, go back up to the top, please. Sorry, I got hiccups out of nowhere. Okay, but we don't have appointment not. Okay. What I was thinking of, if we had appointment not scheduled, what we could do, Tony, is have two triggers.
That's a great idea, Dante, because that's exactly what I want to do. I want to be notified that they haven't actually booked the appointment.
Yes.
Yeah.
And We can do that. We can still do this, Tony, with a conditional split step. Let me show you this really quick. Go ahead and discard, and you can close this down, the triggers. Let's just go to the very bottom and add a step. So gray circle. On the right-hand side, we're looking for conditional split path. Yes. Now, of course, you can put this condition anywhere in the workflow. I'm just going to show you at the end so it doesn't mess with anything and you understand. But let's click that condition step. Absolutely, right there. Now we will set up our actual conditions. And now we have a yes or no track. It's exactly like a split test in your funnel, but based on customer conditions. So now we can set our filters. And the first drop down, and it could be appointment. So just type APP. Let's see what we have. No, maybe it'll be calendar. Try CAL. No. Let's see. Let's go down to our contact activity. Scroll down just a little bit. Here we are. So let's see. Let me see in this list. Go down. So the first trigger right there could be viewed funnel steps. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. So we could have viewed funnel step is, and then on the right, you would choose the calendar step. Nice.
Yes, I think it's actually not that one, but I get where you're going with this. Yeah.
Cool. So just throw any page down there. You can delete all this when I'm done, and you can take your time and redo it.
Yeah.
Any step, any page, anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool beans. So if they view the funnel step of your appointment page, and so when it comes to conditions, we have an and rule or an or rule. And means these two rules, these two conditions are tied together. They must meet both conditions. If you used an or, it would basically be two separate conditions. Does that make sense?
Completely.
Yeah, bingo, huge. Now we can do anything we want based on their actions. So this next filter would be tag. It's actually going to be at the top.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, yeah. Contact.
Yep. Contact tag.
Yeah.
And we're really going to do a different one because its contact does not have tag.
Well, I've got loads of tags on my contact.
Yes, but so we would just need to tag them. So what we really want to make is a rule that they do not have the tag, because we're going to make our condition this. They viewed my funnel step and they do not have the tag that you tag when they register, when they actually make that appointment.
Okay, so that tag is called Kickstart Session Vote.
Yes.
So
but it's right here, our contact tags. This would be if they viewed the page and have that tag, which everyone who views the page will have that tag because they did the action. So we want to change right here, hit that drop down, and let me find that right one. Yes. And it's really going to be does not have tag. Let me.
So contact tags is not. No. Yeah, okay, so that would work.
I think that does work. Contact tag is not Kickstart Session Book. So if they view the page and their tag is not that would work, Tony.
Yeah.
Now we have a yes track and a no track. So they would go down, if they meet this condition, if they viewed the page and do not have the tag, they now go down your yes track. And you can now send them specific emails about booking their appointments. Does that make sense so far?
100%.
Sweet. Okay, and we can do one more really cool thing. Let me show you this, Tony. You can just click submit, and then you can delete the whole condition step. Yeah, whenever you're all done, you can just hit the X on that and start from scratch here.
I got rid of it anyway. I completely got it.
Okay, cool, amazing. Let's hit our last gray circle right there. I want to show you something else really cool.
This one.
Yep. we're going to add, and now we're going to set a conditional goal. That'll be the last green step, I believe, just below. Conditional goal, yes. Now you can set the goal of them booking the appointment or them getting the tag that your appointment page puts on them. And once this goal is met anywhere in your email sequence, they meet this goal and you can have actions happen after that. So yes, contact tag is, that's right. Bingo. And now, through our conditional goal, we can have them meet this step, and then they can be taken out of this workflow, and they can be put into my appointment booking workflow. And this just makes it so that once they take the action, Tony, of doing what you asked them to do, they'll no longer receive the emails of you asking them to do that action. It gets them out of this workflow and into the workflow of what they just did. Does that make sense too?
Yep, 100%.
That's the setup right there, Tony. Split them out with a conditional step, have a conditional goal at the very end of the workflow. Doesn't matter where the goal is in the workflow, and it doesn't matter where they take the action. As long as you have that goal in there, once they take action, whoop, everything else fires off.
I got it, Dante. That's great.
Hmm.
So I think apart from that, adding that bit at the end, and that workflow looks like it's okay for you. And maybe I could add in a bit more nurturing emails after, along the way, but the essentials are there, right?
Yes, the essentials are there. The only thing I'd like to see you add to the end of your current workflows is a pause step. So let's just do that here really quick, just so you can see. Or nope, that's fine. We can go back to your other workflows, Tony. Either one works. You move very quickly, so no worries here.
I moved too quickly, sorry.
It's not a problem. That's a great thing. Okay, here we go.
Bit of a delay on things here, but it's getting.
Yeah, Zoom always puts such a hefty load on everybody's computers.
Yeah.
Let's go to your order form workflow.
Just one here.
Yes. Yes. And you can see all of your workflows are inactive, Tony. Simple fix. In the top right, you have a status toggle. When you're ready, just flip that so your workflows are active. Your workflows must be active for customers to actually get them. So just make sure you're active before you launch. Now, last step in our workflow, because I love what you're doing here, Tony. I love it. You're not getting bogged down with all the emails. You're not wasting any time. You have your essentials. Let's launch. Let's go. Let's do, and we can build as we go. So I would love to see you add that pause step. It's at the top of your green steps. Absolutely. Nice. Now you have a pause. So this pause step will hold customers right here until you manually release them. And to do that, you just click the 3 dots on your pause step.
Mm-hmm.
Settings. And then release. And so basically your first people come through. It's like you launch, and as soon as you start getting your first leads and sales, people got tagged, they received that first email, and then maybe that night you want to go make the next couple emails, get yourself ahead of the game. Great. You have your pause step. Everybody is held at pause. Make the rest of your email sequence, and when you're ready, just release them, and the rest of the sequence fires through. Now, all of your new customers, you delete the pause step once you have the rest of your emails. Your new customers just go through your sequence as intended, and you can still put a pause at the end of this sequence when it's all done as well. Does that make sense?
It does, Dante. There seems to be so much you can do with this workflow that I didn't realize the half of it.
Yes, and that's my fault. I don't do nearly as good enough of a job showing you all the tools that are available to you guys. Honestly, you can do anything in workflows.
Yeah, I'm not laying that at your door, Dante. I mean, there's so much in ClickFunnels that you'd never get to do all the great stuff you do if you were trying to teach us everything that's in there.
Well, I'm trying to figure out a way to do all of that right now as we speak.
Yeah, I would feed back to you that it's like, as a relative newcomer, and I can pick up systems pretty quickly because I've been around them a long time.
Yep.
It's not, and the stuff that you do is fantastic. It's like, as the previous lady said, like, this level of coaching that we get it's amazing. But if I had a request, it would be like being able to learn ClickFunnels quickly through the training. That's not quite so easy because it's hard to know where to go for different things.
It's really hard to teach strategies, tactics, and implementation all at the same shot. You're without overbearing and overbogging you. Because do me a favor, gang. This is such a valuable conversation for me right now. You have no idea. Do me a favor. Put a 1 for yes, a 2 for no in the chat. Do you find it to be burdensome or cumbersome, or do you guys find it to be hard to take the daily trainings with your current live schedule? Like what we have for you right now, current OFA, is that enough? Could you take more on your plate and be able to do the things and implement, or would it be too much? We'll say 1 for yes, 2 for no. If it would be too much and you can't take any more of it, put a 2. If you could do more, if you could handle more, put a 1. All of your feedback is so valuable here. You can't say anything wrong. What do you think about that, Tony?
Well, for me, it would be a 1, Dante, because you know, I want to get the skeleton of what I'm doing out there as quickly as possible. And I would rather spend half an hour or an hour on a Zoom call than have to go hunting around trying to find, you know, where do I learn about that? Where do I learn about that? Which is the great thing about these sessions, because I can come on like everyone else and you can ask very sort of targeted questions, and you've generally got all the answers. So that's fantastic. You know, it actually, although it's an hour of my time, sometimes more, it saves me many more hours through hunting and whatever. So it really feels to me like I'm able to do things a lot quicker. Other systems are like, they really are strong on having loads of training videos, and it's all sitting there and you can go and find it, and you can, you know, but there's no interaction. There's no coaching. Like, you know, you add so much value on top of all of that, you know, in terms of the way you can talk about marketing and interlaced with ClickFunnels technical bits, you know, it's the whole package, if you like. But I do find at times like that, I don't want to be asking you how to do this in ClickFunnels, because I'd rather just actually pick your brains about things that are undocumentable, you know, the experience you have in marketing, and the way to design funnels, and that's so much harder to put into training, but so much easier for you to talk about.
Well, and it's such a pillar that you need to have and you need to know too, because if I can teach you those things, and if I can make you feel powerful in the software and the tools available, then you can faster create what's in your mind. And the only difference between me and anybody else is when that happens, I just launch. And the only reason I can do this is because I've learned all the hard lessons, which you would as well. So launching is key. Launching is number 1 that every single person should do. And how do we get to launch? It's strategy and implementation. Strategy and the tactics. So that was super valuable feedback, Tony. You're like hitting all the nails on the head of all the conversations I'm having right now. I really appreciate that.
Well, yeah, glad I could help you, Dante, because you're always helping me. So thank you very much.
Yeah, always a pleasure. Do you have any other questions before I let you go, Tony?
I've only got 14 questions left, Dante. I'm working through them. So. I have one very quick one.
Sure.
This is really quick, and it's probably a yes or no. When somebody, part of my value ladder is, the first part is a free course, and I've loaded the free course into the community. So it's in ClickFunnels, and when they accept the free course and they sign up for it, do they need a login for ClickFunnels, or do they just automatically like go into ClickFunnels without any login?
No, they'll log into their customer center. They don't need a ClickFunnels account by any means. They don't have to pay a single dime to ClickFunnels or be a customer, but they do want to make their customer center, just like when you sign up to Amazon. You make an Amazon account, and there you can store it's the exact same thing. They want that account so they can see all their courses, their communities, any other things they have access to. They can also change up a lot of their own stuff because they have a customer center. Let's say they're on a course that you have a subscription for. Maybe it's $47 a month. Maybe they're part of a community that's $47 a month. Well, if they ever want to end it, they can just go to their customer center, end that enrollment, and stop paying for it right away immediately. This is huge because no support requests back and forth to you, and no more making customers feel like, oh, you've got me into a subscription I can never end from. They can do it all.
I got it, Dante. So what I'll do then, I think, is I'll create a user that's independent of me.
Yep.
And then let that user join. And then as that user, I can test all of those steps and see what they see as a user.
100%, Tony. And you can actually make a unique email for that, a unique contact. Have I showed you the unique email testing where we do like your email plus one?
I do know about that, but could you just quickly remind me what the syntax is?
Yes, I definitely can. So when you make a new user, oh, I don't have any of my screens set up. Okay. So let's just say for easy sake, your email is tony@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Tony@gmail.com. That's you. That's your email. That's your admin. We don't want to touch that. But maybe we can make a new one like Tony plus test@gmail.com. Putting a plus, when you make a unique email, this does not change your root email at all. So any emails or automations are still going to go to tony@gmail.com. But ClickFunnels will recognize you as a new contact. You'll see a brand new contact made and not an update of an existing contact. So now you can log into your admin by logging into your community or course with tony@gmail.com. And that's your admin. Then you can log in as Tony plus test@gmail.com. And that's just you looking around as a customer. Does that make sense?
Perfect. Thank you, Dante.
Awesome. You got it, Tony. Great questions.
All right. I'm out of
Awesome.
here.
Can't wait to
Thanks a
see you
lot.
tomorrow, man. Great stuff. Oh, hey, I'm curious though, Tony. Sorry, before I let you go, I didn't have a chance to watch the Russell and Jesse live yet. What other stuff did Russell talk to you about with the funnel?
Yeah, he actually kind of suggested I redesign the above the fold. So have a video, as I said, but also have a bigger headline.
Yeah.
So I looked at a few more of Russell's pages afterwards, and like mine is okay. I might split test. I'll have a video. I'll have a split test with the same video on both, but I'll change the headlines.
Yes.
The positioning of the headlines on his pages and on a few other marketers that I've looked at this morning. The headlines are much bigger than I have.
You mean like
there's a very dominating headline.
You mean like visibly? They just take
Yes,
up more space. They're more in your face.
Completely.
Yes.
That seems to be. I know if that's what people are doing, that's obviously what's working right now. So I looked at, I forget her first name, Eileen Wilder, a few other people like that are, pretty clued up marketers from what I could gather.
Yep.
And they all seem to be pretty much the same as what Russell is doing. They've got a big in your face headline. They've got a subhead. Then they've got a video that's and the headline is pointing you towards watch this video, and then they've got the sort of sign up part, and then they've got the testimonials or proof pieces. So I'm gonna have that, but I'll keep my original because I kind of got like it. So and I'll split test it too. And if my version wins over Russell's version, then I would be amazed.
And you'd have something really cool to talk about on the next session.
Yeah, he won't. So,
hey, no, you're 100% on the money with that, though, Tony. That's absolutely right. The above the fold is everything. Bold headline that states the claim. Get this result. Subheadline that usually tells the story. Right?
Yeah.
Learn how one mom turned her passion into profits, right? Something like that. And then video right there. So in one above the fold, one shot, I see all the information that I need. Emotional buyers. Remember, funnels are emotion, logic, fear. 80% of people are emotional buyers. So having a great above the fold that explains everything. They click on your ad, which just gets them interested. It's just a pattern interrupt to get them to learn more. They click on the ad. They go to the funnel, which is congruent with the ad. What I'm talking about in the ad is what I'm talking about at the top of the above the fold in my funnel. Bingo, that's the game. Now let's run it. Let's split test it. You're right. Do what Russell says always. That's all I ever do. I only do what Russell says. I never go against it. I've tried, and I'm not Russell. I've learned that. So he says video, run a video, and let's tweak some headlines, and let's find a nice conversion, right? Let's keep going. until we get that conversion. And then feel free to split test it, right? Because I agree with Russell. Video is king. It's great to have videos on our pages that walk people through the offer, that shows them who you are, and they get a little taste of Tony before they commit. They're awesome. But images work really well too. And how do we know what works the best? How do we know, right? We split test it. We let our customers say.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he had a quick look through the rest of the funnel, and he said it was all fine, it's all great. He was probably just humoring me, but you've looked at it as well, and so it seems fine. So I'm going to launch it anyway. As soon as I get this Voomly thing sorted out, it's going to be launched, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm sure he was sincere. Holly's probably right. I'm sure he was 100% sincere. He's not here because he has to be. He wants to do this and help. But I just want to kind of point out how important above the fold is. You guys have probably seen when you want me to look at your funnels, I take 10 minutes looking at the above the fold, and then the story and everything else, we're just kind of scrolling through, and I'm making sure that it's not saying the wrong things and it kind of looks like it's supposed to. But aside, it's above the fold is everything. If we don't nail the above the fold, we're not going to set the tone for how they read and receive the funnel. Like, I think Trey talked about this with you guys a couple weeks ago. If you only focused on anything, if you want to be a CEO like Trey does every day, looking at screen recordings, watching customers, calling our customers and seeing what they're doing and what they didn't have good times with, if you want to do that, we just split test our above the folds. That's it. That's all we focus on. If we can keep growing our our conversions by tweaking the above the fold, we're doing huge things.
I never appreciated that until you really stressed the point, and then I the penny dropped, and I kind of completely got it. And now when I look at pages, and I'm sort of funnel hacking or trying to learn, I see like it's all about it's 95% about the above the fold. Like in my reaction to the page and whether am I interested in this, it's above the fold. And then, as you say, if it looks like pretty much on the money down below, you're not too picky about it. It's all about what you see first off when you go in.
100%.
Thank you, Dante.
You got it, Tony. Great stuff, man. All right, let's roll up to Christopher. Hey, man, how can I help today?
Okay, Aaron. This lens, the camera is busted, so sorry about that.
That's all right. You look great.
Right. So, just to give you an update, my computer is now giving some issues here. Okay, great. So just to give you an update, I ran the webinar again. I'm doing the webinar every Thursday. I ran it again Thursday. 2 persons showed up, and I had a follow-up conversation. They're saying it's expensive, the time, stuff like that. And so I set it back up yesterday, and usually persons would register because I'm using a WhatsApp group.
Yep.
And I'm in maybe 3 to 5 groups, totaling 2,000 persons that can see the offer or the invite for the webinar. So nobody signed up yesterday, but this morning I got up, there were like 5 persons that registered. So I went to bed feeling really, really bad last night. And so when I saw that this morning, it was great to see that. I think so the last time we spoke, I wanted to start doing the emails.
Yeah.
I have a list. I attended a networking event, the same event twice. And both times we were asked if you would like to be contacted by the other participants, put your email in this list, this Excel sheet. So I asked ChatGPT, hey, how do I reach out to someone that I met, well, not really, but we were part of the same event, and it gave me a thing. So I just sent, but what I did, I have 2 other email addresses that I use for testing, and I sent, one is Gmail, one is Outlook, to see how they would behave. I sent it to the Gmail, it went to the inbox, and I sent it to the Outlook, it went to the spam box. So try to figure out why that. I'm using my personal email, by the way, and trying to tweak. So I remove was like free or invite, and I remove the link, And so I just wrote, if you're interested, you can reach out to me, and I would send you the invite, right?
Yep.
I don't know if you would want to see what that looks like, but I sent it just like 200 people. I sent it just for 20 because I don't want to lose my email. I know there's some issues about that.
Yeah.
So I just sent it for 20 persons. I sent it only to the Gmail addresses because I know it was landing in the inbox, even if, right? But you know, what I want to say too, just feel like I know I'm doing a lot, but I feel like I'm square one always was. So you know, what's the
I don't
next
blame
step?
you, Christopher. We've been doing this for a while, and you're having to send batches of 10 to 20 emails to try and stay out of spam. That's not scalable. That's what happens when you have one webinar that blows up and you want to get more people into it. What happens when you hit it right? We can't send emails scalable. I'd love to see you get a professional email so you don't have to worry about this anymore. You can send your links to everybody, Gmail, Outlook, Yahoo, AOL, doesn't matter. It goes right to the inbox. That is going to be coming from a professional email. So do you have a domain yet?
I do, yes, I do.
Beautiful. Wherever you bought that domain, go buy a professional email. And then you want to set up your email verification records. That's a DKIM, DKIM, a DMARC, DMARC, and an SPF record. Set those up, send your emails, get out of spam. Now we have a scalable system. Because no wonder you're not running ads and we're doing the WhatsApp groups. Because God forbid you run ads and get people to register. I can't send mass marketing emails at scale to them. We need to get that email.
Why I started it, I think I have it. I think I have one. I started to learn yesterday. I said this is too overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's just 200 people. I can send 20 mails a day and just get this out of the way for now.
100%, Christopher. 100%.
So I don't know if you want to take a look at the email, or what do you recommend? What's my next step? I started to learn how to set up the CRM thingy. Should I continue working on that? Or should I just send 20 more emails while I'm also learning how to set up the CRM?
Great question. You should work on getting your professional email, and that should be your main focus. I'm sure ChatGPT wrote you a perfectly fine email. Sure, maybe I have a couple tweaks that I can throw in there, but if you use GPT for an email, it's going to be perfectly fine. My biggest concern, hearing what you said, is getting that email out to everybody in mass immediately, all at one shot. So I could actually have an email sequence. I would tell you the first thing you should do 1,000,000% is get your email brought into ClickFunnels, get those 3 records put on it so you can get verified quickly and get that scalable system in place.
All right, well, I'll work on that very next. That might take me a few days.
It won't even, Christopher. It won't even. No, it's not going to take you long at all. Feel free to get with our support team. They'll walk you through how to do it. We have great docs. You're going to be able to bring that email in and have it ready to roll in like 20, 30 minutes, especially if you already own it. It's going to be very simple. The longest part of this whole process is going to be warming up your email. So we can put the records on our email to verify it as much as we want, but we're still the new kid on the block. And even when we put the records on the email, we're still going to immediately, like first emails, we're still going to go to spam. So if you have some friends that you could rely on, man, this is where you just have your friends go register for the webinar, go to their spam, and then check that this email is not spam. Get it out of their spam. You do that for like 5 or 6 people, and then it gets you out of spam, and now you're ready to roll. So you can do all this just today.
Two quick questions, Dante.
Yeah.
So I'm really frustrated. I'm thinking of calling the last about maybe 100 persons have been in my webinars total and since within the last 2 or 3 months.
Yep.
I'm thinking about calling back the ones that really showed up, that asked questions, that participated, and asked them, would you like the first module free? What are your thoughts on that? And yesterday, when nobody signed up initially, I'm thinking about, starting to have my second offer out there continue with the one on Thursdays, but introduce my second offer on Mondays. Right, I know we talked about this, but yesterday was a bit scary when nobody showed up, and of course, 3, 5 people showing up, nobody's buying. I might want to put another hook out in the ocean. So how would you? What's your advice on that?
So first off, Russell has also had webinars where he didn't have people show and he got very low rate. Everybody goes through this. It's part of the learning process. So where you are is not bad. It is a good thing. You need to learn these lessons. You need to feel this right now. And I promise it will help you so much more. This is like the catalyst for many people doing webinars. I did this webinar and I worked so hard on it and nobody showed up. That's a catalyst. That feeling, that emotion right now, that's going to propel you forward so that in the future, you make sure that you learn registration. You make sure to learn how to get people in and excited and get them to show up, and you don't experience that pain anymore. So I know it's painful. I know it hurts, but you're in the right place, doing the things, learning the lessons you should be learning. And when it comes to lessons, as I'm hearing you talk, a story comes to mind. And you're doing what every human in the world does, Christopher. You're not wrong for doing this. It reminds me of a Dan Kennedy story where Dan hurt his back really bad. Do you know Dan Kennedy? Okay, so Dan hurt his back really, really bad, and he needed to get his back better. He was in a place of pain where I have a bad back and it's hurting me and it's holding me back from doing things I want to do in life. Just like your customers are in a place of pain and they're hurt and they're being held back from doing the things they want to do in life. Pain is pain, whether it's physical or digital, it doesn't matter. So Dan was in a place of pain and he wanted to get out of that pain. So what do? We buy our way out of the pain. He went to a doctor and he paid the doctor to take care of him, to give him the right things to do. Well, he went to the first doctor and the doctor said, hey, I have these stretches I need you to do, and I have these light workouts I need you to do. Do these things for a couple of weeks, and you're going to be rocking and rolling. So Dan goes, okay, yeah, sure, I'll do them. Thanks a lot, doc. Dan goes home, and of course, he doesn't do any of those things because that would mean that he actually works on it, and we don't like to go to get out of the pain and to the pleasure. We have to move through the pain to get there, and we don't want to do that. We're humans. I just want to keep going away from pain, away from pain, away from pain. So Dan didn't go home and do those workouts, not a shot. He went back to the doctor the next week and doc said, hey Dan, you do your workouts? Dan goes, yeah, of course I did, doc. Doc says, all right, great. How you feeling? Not much different, not much better. That's okay. It's week 1. Don't worry, Dan. Go back, do your workouts. I'll see you next week. All right, doc. Dan goes home, doesn't do a single workout, goes back to the doctor the next week. Dan, how'd the week go? How'd the workouts go? Oh, really good, doc. You feeling better? Yeah, maybe a little bit. Might be starting to work. Dan did not go back for that third visit to the doctor. Why? Because the doctor was not holding Dan to any real guidelines. He wasn't making sure that Dan was doing the things he had to do. And little did the doctor know Dan was not doing them. The pain was actually getting worse. So what does Dan do? Instead of doing the workouts like the doctor said, he moves again away from pain. He goes to a new doctor. This new doctor says, hey, Dan, we're going to get you rocking and rolling in just a few weeks. I have a couple workouts for you to do, a couple stretches. I need you to do these every single day and do these for the next couple weeks, and I promise you're going to be in a better place. Dan says, yeah, all right, doc, sure, give me the list. Takes the list, goes home, and of course, he doesn't do these workouts that week at all. Goes back to the doctor the next week. Doc says, hey, Dan, how'd the week go? Did you do your workouts? Yeah, of course I did my workouts. Great. Could you tell me what workout number 1 was? I'm really curious. Could you just show me how you did that? I need to make sure you're doing it the right way. And then Dan looks at her like a ghost. And he says, I didn't do these workouts, doc. I'm sorry, I didn't do them. And then doc says, oh, I'm sorry, Dan. I'm going to have to end our relationship right now. I'm only working with people who are driven and dedicated and are going to do the things that they tell me they're going to do. And if you're not going to do these workouts, I can't help you. Exclusivity is a real thing. People are listening to what you're saying because they're in a place of pain. So instead of you giving things away for free, that would be like the first doctor mentality. Oh, let me just give you what I can to get you in. When you don't really care about getting people in, you need to care about getting people results. to get people to that next step, to get them out of the pain and where they want to get to. So I would highly advise not giving away the first thing for free. I would love to see you call your clients now that you've had some time pass along, and I'd love for you to hit them with an opportunity cost, just like I spoke to Tony about earlier. Give them a call. Let them say, hey, just checking in. We spoke a couple months ago. You joined me on this webinar, and I just wanted to check in, see how you're doing, see how your journey is. Have you made steps forward? Are you doing the things you want to do? Most of them are going to come back and say no. And then you, great, you run them through an opportunity cost. Oh, so you haven't got, so we talked a couple months ago, and it looks like you haven't got to where you want to get to. And I'm just curious, what do you think that's cost you so far? By not taking action, what do you think you've left on the table? What do you think it has cost you? And what does it not only cost you, but what's it cost the people that you care about? Because why do you work? Why do you do the thing you do every day? Do you work selfishly for yourself, or do you work unselfishly for others? I don't care what your answer is there, but hopefully you know why you're working and why you're doing what you're doing every day. And by you not taking these actions, by you not doing these things, what does it cost you? That's an eye-opening conversation for people where they look at their life and say, wow, for the last 3 months, I haven't done anything. I told Christopher his thing was too expensive. I didn't take action because I wanted to let that be my excuse. But sure enough, now that I look at it, I didn't take action on anything. More expensive, less expensive. I didn't take action on any of the free YouTube videos that I was watching every single day online. I didn't take any action or do anything. And look at me now. I'm in the exact same place that I was 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 2 years ago, whatever it is. Go have that, get a professional email and go have that conversation with the people that you've already had register.
Thank you so much, Dante.
You are more than welcome. What other questions do you have, Christopher? I need you to feel equipped.
Yeah, so just the other one about probably start putting another, I have like 5 or 6 ideas, should I start get ideas? I'm comfortable with this first thing with the webinars and the process. It was a lot of learning, so I'm really proud of myself in that sense.
Good.
Should I start putting out the second offer to start getting versed with that? Maybe people are just curious about the first one. So if I have another meal on the menu, maybe that's the one that they want.
Or would that just create more confusion and distraction? Or would that be adding another choice that customers have to make? Now they have to choose between this program and this program. One of the chief goals and jobs of a marketer is to remove the decisions necessary. It is a one decision mind. It is a one track mind. Do I want this or not? Yes or no? No other questions, no other sidetracks. Just like Russell said for years, Christopher, focus on the one. If this is your best presentation, your best product, your best program, do not stop this webinar. Russell likes to say, don't stop till you make $1 million in it. Then we can focus on the other one. The hand can't serve 2 masters. And it's hard enough to run one webinar with one training and one focus, let alone running 2 and 3 and 4 by just trying to have more bait out there. You're doing what every human in the world I've ever interacted with does. It's the same, and you're not wrong. It's our human mindset. Oh, if I have more lines in the water, I'll catch more fish. But that's not the case. You can have as many lines in the water as you want. If the bait that we're throwing is not what the fish want to eat, we're never going to catch any. Throw 1 rod, throw 100. It doesn't matter. So let's focus on that one line, your one webinar. Let's keep changing the bait. Let's keep tweaking those things. Let's get it converting. Now we can go focus on other things. And all the lessons you learned in this first endeavor are going to make the second webinar so much easier. But if we just go to the second webinar now, before learning all the problems and learning the system, well, now we just have 2 webinars that are not running efficiently and not converting like we want to. Does that all make sense?
Perfect.
Just stay on track. I know it's easy. Shiny object syndrome is always a thing. Trey likes to call it building bridges. We start doing a thing until, now it's getting hard. And there's this new thing. Oh, I can go do this new thing. That's cool. And we start doing it and then it gets difficult. And about that time, we see a new thing. Oh, we start doing this. And we look back a year later, we never got anything across the finish line. We never got anything completed. And we're no better off than when we started. You got to focus on the one. We got to drill in. We only pay attention to that until we get it perfect.
Right. Again, thank you so much, Dante.
You're more than welcome, Christopher. You're doing great, man. Stay on the track. All right, let's hop over to Amanda. Hey, Amanda.
Hey, hello.
Hey.
Hey, I try not to use my video because my computer is terrible, but let me turn it on. So I just had a quick few questions today.
Yeah.
For pop-ups, if I wanted to do like a pop-up either on exit or on enter and put in like your email,
Yep.
maybe like say, hey, you saved 10%.
Yep.
I was trying to like figure that out. Can you show me how I would do that? Like, and where would it save the email to? Like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Great questions. Let's run it, Amanda. If you can share your screen, we'll go take a look.
Okay, because I have like I'm working on 5 different funnels. So let me share. Because I'm actually using your Dante like AI thing
Nice.
while I'm doing this, and he's building out this funnel that I'm working on. While I'm asking about that, I only have like 18 messages left.
Come on, that's a great image. Nice job, Amanda. Have you run ads to this yet with the little Victoria's Secret up top?
Yeah, I have a lot of ads.
Is this converting any better? Are you seeing it be better in Microsoft Clarity?
I've been working on this like while the meetings go. I've been working on this. No, not yet.
Okay, cool.
But,
I'm really excited to see. I can see everything I need from this above the fold. Say goodbye to bra gaps. Feel confident in every outfit. I can see everything. Your subtext is really hard to read.
Okay.
I would probably this is
get rid of it.
No, I would just make it white.
Oh, this one right here, the lift supports and powers.
Lift supports. All that is really hard to read. It's not popping. I'm super straining my eyes to even know it's there, let alone read it. Just make it white. White, just like the top ones. But man, what a strong image. I can see everything I need right here. That's awesome, Amanda.
Thanks. Well, you kind of like built this.
Yeah, no, you did it. I gave the ideas. You took the pictures. You did the thing. Beautiful.
All right. Well, I'm glad this looks good. So yeah, my question is, I feel like my guy is getting a lot of like, it's men and women going, but when you want clarity, you can't, that's another question. Is there a way to like differentiate like the men from the women to see like what the women are doing?
I don't think so. We would do that in our ad. I would have one ad only targeting men, one ad only targeting women. And if we're going to run that too, and I would have 2 versions of my funnel. So I can have literally a men's funnel and a women's funnel. And in my targeting, I would be targeting those specific genders.
So I know he does, but for some reason, like the meta kind of has its own little mind apparently. And it's still targeting both. So I know they said I have to like go into through my Facebook page and like more women's and follow more women's stuff to like figure. I don't know. That's what they told me to do.
No, I don't know about that, Amanda. Self-admittedly, I've had an ads guy for a while, and I have not kept up with the Facebook ads center as it's changed, and it does have changes all the time. So maybe that's true, but I feel like that's not true. I think if you spent like 30 minutes on YouTube or with ChatGPT, we could figure out targeting. You should be able to run ads specifically to women and men without having to go like pages or anything like that. That's just simple. That's simple audience targeting. I don't think they're right on that.
All right. I'll definitely look at ChatGPT because I do see when you on his audience, it is only towards women, only a certain age. But for some reason, when I look at the demographics, men are looking at it, women are looking at it. It's pretty 50-50 right now.
Yeah, no, you're right on the money. Great job being observational. We definitely want to find that specifically because like if we can target men and women specifically, then we can have this for women, but as obviously I'm sure you know, we would change a lot of this up for men.
Oh,
And
100%. No, I
it would-
wouldn't, I wouldn't accept, like, I wouldn't put that for men.
right, but we could sell the fire out of this to men, can't we too?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Absolutely, we could. So I think you're perfect in targeting women. It'll be a much easier sell, and women buy things anyway. Men don't buy things. We're lazy and we're dumb, and we just don't buy things online. Women definitely do. So targeting has to get better for sure.
All right, I'm gonna actually message my guy after this.
Cool. Head over to GPT-2 though, because this is the dangerous thing, Amanda, about using services when we're not knowledgeable on how they work. It's like they say these things and we don't know any different. So we're like, oh, okay, he must be right. And then we go do that.
Oh, yeah, I know. You know what it is too, though? Like I said, I've been trying to quit my job and they're like trying to get me to stay and I'm still working. So for as of right now, like this is the best option I have.
Yes.
And I gave them like 2 more weeks. I was like, that's it. Like I'll go down to 2 days a week, but I can't do 6 days a week. You know, it's just too much.
Right. 100%.
So-
No, you can't run a company like that.
No, it's like, and then I don't know how people like, oh, it's okay to get 3 hours of sleep. I just can't. I can't function. Can't do it.
Well, it's a little different when that's the only way that you get money. It's a little different. 3
Yeah.
hours, 3 hours get you pretty far.
All right, back to my pop-up question. So if I wanted to do a pop-up on exit, like, hey, we're gonna click off, we don't like it, but hey, you want to enter your email to kind of like draw them back in,
Yep.
right? You would go to
Yes. And edit settings.
mhm.
Now on the right-hand side, the pop-up settings are going to show. And here, nice, we have our trigger on exit. You have it don't show on exit. And we do want to show. So hit that drop down.
Where? I'm sorry, this?
For trigger on exit.
Okay.
And we show when users try to exit.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. Bingo. Now, your pop-up itself, whatever, anytime somebody tries to exit, the pop-up is going to show up.
Okay.
So now we just have to make our pop-up. Let's do that really quick. Click on your funnel to get out of our pop-up settings. Nice. Back to pop-up. Oh, there it is. It showed right back up. Hit your gray plus to add.
Okay.
And now we're just building funnels.
So,
You can probably close down that help hub that's going to be in your way. Nice. First thing, go ahead. No, please.
Blank section.
Yep, blank section, and then a 1-column row. And we're going to want a headline, guaranteedly. Right. And now it's just what other things do we want? Do you want an image that maybe you're going to go to Canva and you're going to make a save 10% on all orders or save 10% on today's order? Do you want to go make a pretty image that you're going to put in the pop-up? Or do you want it just to be straight text? We can do that as well. You know,
Okay.
you're just making your pop-up exactly as you make your funnel.
Okay. Is there a way to collect an email?
Of course there is. We'd have to put
From
down our inputs. So let's scroll down a little bit on our list. Inputs are really close, just below your media. There's our
Okay.
input. Bingo. What do you
That's
want
it?
to collect? Like what info? You want just a name and an email?
Yeah, just name and email so then I could retarget the workflows.
Yeah, 100%. So hit that input again. Put 2 inputs on the page. And while we're here, let's add a button.
Okay.
Just above.
Did I go backwards? So where would the emails save to?
A little
Did I
bit
break
lower. I'll show you in just a second. Go a little bit
Okay.
lower. Back
Got
to
it.
your form. There's a button. All right, bingo. Click on our funnel to get out of those settings. Let's change our first input. Click that top input. We need it to be name, not email. Yep. Now our input type is the first drop down. Interesting. Everybody always goes there. That's just the text.
Oh, that's the
Yes,
text?
that's the text that shows in the box. We need to change the actual input. So click back on that element. You can see in the bottom of the element, you can see it like in the lower one. There's always that black text that shows you, that's
Okay.
showing you what the input is set to. And if you look at both of yours right now, they both say email. So we'd basically be collecting an email address twice because that's what we are looking for. Let's go change our top one. So click on your top input. Yep. That'll bring
Mm-hmm.
up the settings to the right. And we're going to hit our top drop down right there.
Ah,
Absolutely. Now we can
okay.
choose what we're collecting. We have a bunch of presets. We also have a custom. If you're ever trying to collect anything custom from customers, like maybe you want them to say, what's your biggest fear when it comes to your boobs, right? Whatever your thing, you can ask for
Mm,
any inputs whatsoever here. So you want to make this probably just first name, Amanda.
Okay.
Full name, again, we want to remove steps necessary. So full name is a first and a last. We don't need their last because in the email, I'm never going to say, hey, Amanda Taflock. I'm just going to say, hey, Amanda. That's why we
Yeah.
ask for first name, just so I can readdress them going forward. Now we're grabbing their name and their email, and our button is set to submit just like it should be. So the bones are there, Amanda. Just dress up your pop-up now, make it
Oh,
look and
that's
say
it?
whatever you need. That's it. That's exactly right.
Huh. Okay. And where does it, and then where does it save to? It just goes right into the customer contacts?
That's it. Absolutely. You go to your
Oh,
contacts, and every single person who opts in gets added as a contact.
I didn't know why I was overthinking it so much. I don't know. It was like we were playing around. I mean, and someone else was playing around with the buttons. I'm like, oh, it's not working. Or let's take it off.
Yep.
Now that I know you could do custom, can you do like, so you can basically do like a questionnaire as they're exiting? Did you?
You definitely could. Yes, you definitely could if you wanted to. If you were going to do a full questionnaire, I would
Mm-hmm.
run a survey. And also, who in this case, it's kind of like who cares about the data because these are people that are leaving, they're not buying. And
Mm-hmm.
yes, it'd be good to know why they're not buying, but if they didn't buy, it's like how valid is their word? How much do we really care? We let people vote with their wallets. We really want to know what buyers are thinking, what made them buy. I think it'd be better off if you just called buyers and said, hey, what did you like about it? Why did you buy? Was there anything you didn't like? Were there any questions that you didn't have answered when looking at my page?
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
I've seen a lot of people do this stuff where it's like, hey, exit on pop-up, and then we'll run like a giveaway. You know, hey, not ready today? That's fine. Enter our giveaway. Win one for free.
Oh,
And
I like that.
yeah, well, I've seen them do it, but people that don't buy aren't buyers. So like, yeah, cool. I'm building out a list, but it tends to be the conversions on those tend to be pretty low because they're just not buyers,
Okay,
right?
so you think this isn't even worth it? This whole thing.
I no, the 10% off pop-up is fine. That's definitely fine to have. It'll probably help. You'll probably get more sales out of it. At the very least, you'll build your list, right? At the very least, you can build up your list and you can hit the list and just have marketing emails that sell your thing to them, send different hooks. It's definitely not a good thing, but don't put all your weight in these people. Put all your weight in buyers. Have
Okay.
a super focus on the people that buy. What made them buy and how could I have made it better for you?
Okay, I could do that. That sounds good.
Nice.
And then so is there a way, because I realized like 2 months in, um, to clear this number so I can see like the actual wait, let me save this. You know how it says like when you first go into the funnels what the views are?
Oh, yes.
Is that a way to, because half of it I didn't realize for like months in it was just targeting men. So now I don't really see the actual numbers of how many people are coming. Like I just see the total. Does that make sense? Like right here, you have the 12,000. Can I clear this?
Ooh, I don't know. I don't think we can. Please do get with support on that.
Okay.
I don't think we can clear that out. We can clear out like test purchase data,
Mm-hmm.
but your page views, if I'm not mistaken, those are built on that is not right. Um, who
What?
who put that up?
Right.
No, not sorry, not you.
Okay.
Not you at all. Oh, if it was test purchase data, yes, we can clear out test purchase data, so you're only looking at live real stats. But if I'm not mistaken, our page views, I think those are on a 30-day filter, if I'm not mistaken. So that's showing all page views over 30 days.
Oh, okay.
What you can do, though, is you can go look at the specific analytics, and you're just going to want to use your own filters to look at specific time frames. So on the left-hand side, you have your analytics tab right there. Go ahead and click into that really quick for me. Actually, there's another cool way to do it, too. Stay right here. Scroll,
Okay.
go to your instant cleavage, and scroll to the right.
I don't know. I gotta move this.
Let me see
I don't know
here.
how I scroll.
It's okay. Let me go to my account. Let me just make sure I'm right
Okay.
on this. Oh, I'm not signed in. Well, I'm 99% sure that I'm right. Let me see if I can just look right here. Yes. Okay, how would you scroll to the right? Are you on a Mac or a Window?
Windows. Oh, just like
There you
that.
go.
There it
Look at
goes.
you. Okay, and now to the right, there's an analytics button. Yes, right there. Now we can just go to the analytics of that specific funnel. Now in the top right, we have our time filters, and you can see the specific times the dates that you're looking at in the very, very
Okay.
top right. That's how you're going to want to look
Oh,
at your stats, Amanda. Yes,
okay.
look at those specific time frames. Your page views, I think, is a 30-day time frame on it. But then
Okay.
anything past that, just go in and look at the unique times that you choose.
Awesome. I think that no. Oh, really quick. So I'm
Yeah.
really nervous with your AI. What happens after I'm down to like no more questions?
Did you hit a limit?
I'm almost there. So I'm like
Oh,
really
I'm gonna up it. I'm gonna up it right now. You guys
okay.
keep using Dante AI. Keep trying to hit those limits. I'm just trying to find the sweet spot of where I can keep that. Basically I'm trying to find scalability.
Okay.
Like how many people can I have in here? Anyway, you keep going and hitting your thing. Don't worry about it. Thanks for the heads up. And I'm going to upgrade limits right now.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That is awesome. Sweet. Any other questions, Amanda?
No, I think that's it.
All
Oh,
right.
shit. All
Awesome. You're doing really great.
right. Thank you again.
Always a pleasure. I can stop your share for you.
All right.
Okay, you're good to go. All right, so we're getting close to 1 o'clock. Yeah, we're already there. I have another session. I have meeting I have to do really quick. Maita and Mark, I'll see you guys in the 2 p.m. session today. Feel free to join into that, and I'll start with you guys to wrap up for today. Yes, Anna, let's hop over there. Hey, Anna.
Hey, how are you?
I'm living the dream. How about yourself?
I'm great, thank you.
Awesome.
So I've decided to, for my shop, I'm going to do stickers and I'm going to
Yeah.
concentrate on rescue dogs and possibly concentrate on senior rescue dogs or something to that effect. So
I'm sorry, are you focusing on rescue dogs or people who rescue dogs?
well, stickers for people who rescue dogs.
Okay, cool, great.
So anyway, I'm going to share my screen if that's okay.
Lovely.
And so can you see?
Yes.
Okay. So there is one image here's another one. I'm just using ChatGPT to help me generate some images for it. And what I'm wondering is, I was going to do, I have so many things open right now, it's ridiculous. Okay. So I was gonna do a survey and, you know, I was gonna start with something super general like this, but if I already know I want to try and see what people, I mean, it's rescue, it's dogs. Am I being too presumptuous to think that that's something people would buy without having to do a survey?
Yes and no. great question here, Anna. That's just such an emotionally filled community, right? Like people who
Right.
rescue dogs are just such emotional people. And man, when it comes to the dogs, they are so emotionally fueled. So
Right. That's why I chose that, that area, because I was like, oh, that's something people are passionate about,
yes, yes, and that's where we go. I mean, a marketer, I want to have a knife of emotion that I can twist and jab. That's how we get sales. So that's amazing. So it's like, in one hand, no, you already know they're super hyper buyers. You already know they're super emotional, and you can move them, especially with low price point products like a sticker.
Mm-hmm.
But what designs are they going to want? Do they like your phrases? All of those questions, that's where the survey really comes in useful. And then to get their phrases, because it's amazing to use ChatGPT, but there's so many phrases that ChatGPT is probably not giving to you that these people say
Right.
every day and have said for years. So on one hand, you could argue, no, you don't need a survey. This is a product and a niche that you could just go head on into. On the other hand, yes, you have to run a survey because there's so much more that we could learn. It also helps build your list as well. You want people filling out this survey because you're going to have stickers. You're going to have questions saying, what kind of sticker would you buy? Not what do you like, not what's the cutest, not what's the coolest. Which of these stickers would you buy? And now you got a bunch of people saying, I would buy this email, and you get their email address. I would buy this sticker, and you get their email address. And now you have a list to launch the sticker out to when it's live.
Well, that's what I was trying to get at. It's like, what kind of questions, should I put in this survey? Like, is it the style, make that one, or, should I test cats, dogs, birds, whatever, like the type of pet? I'm trying to get ideas as to what to put into that survey with that theme,
You're
or
right.
should I just be testing colors? Should I, that's, I guess, what I'm trying to put together. And also, how would I get, so if I'm generating images, or should I just have like one question be all phrases and the next question be images that people may or may not like?
There it is. Perfect.
Okay.
Stick to dogs. Don't muddy the waters. No distractions. Stick right to dogs. And yes, one of your questions should be, gosh, you just said it perfectly. One of your questions should be, oh my goodness, it's exactly what you just said. I'm just brain farting right now.
The phrases?
Yes, one question should be phrases. The next question should be design. Maybe you want to have a question on what's your favorite breed? What's your favorite breed? Do you
Right.
adopt small breeds or large breeds, right? And then you can kind of hone in on what kind of dogs to have on your stickers, at least to start. But that's it. It's a simple survey. We don't need to go too in depth. We don't need to share too much. It can be easy peasy. A 5-question survey is perfectly fine for this.
Okay, because the thing that I'm concerned about when I go to test this out, and this is, I promise, I don't want to take up, just in case somebody else also has an opportunity to ask a question. I can't put these surveys into Facebook groups like has been suggested because they're not allowed in a lot of these Facebook groups. So do you just recommend that I automatically just start putting money behind it? Because I am going to offer that $50 Amazon gift card, but
Good.
you think I should just go straight to that? Because I have a feeling I'm going to go down a big rabbit hole trying to get people to let me do the survey on their Facebook groups.
Well,
so I was wondering, since you guys have done it that way, what are some tips and tricks in case I can do it in some groups for free?
Yes, you definitely can get in Facebook groups and go to all groups. Like go to school. I'm sure there's school communities that are made for people who rescue dogs and adopt dogs. Go to all the places and spaces. Go to Reddit threads. There's Reddit threads upon Reddit threads of people who adopt dogs, right? So you go to those places. But What you can do a lot of times when Facebook groups reject these things, a lot of times it's because it just comes off too salesy. It comes off too company and too professional. And we really want to make it just more fun and lighthearted. So
Okay.
there was a lady who was doing your exact same thing. She sold tumblers. She's probably going to make a pivot because tumblers just got way more expensive. But anyway, she needed to do this, and she worked with homeopathic mothers. And she has a podcast and like all these really cool things. But anyway, she was trying to run her surveys, and they were getting denied left and right. It was far too salesy. It was far too business and professional. So we changed it to help me settle a debate. I think this is the prettiest tumbler. My sister thinks this is the prettiest tumbler. And I believe she said, help us settle a debate. We're trying to make a tumbler for our mother, who taught us everything we know about the holistic space. I think this is the prettiest. My sister thinks this is the prettiest, and we can't come to a decision. Help us figure it out, and we're going to give the winner, we're going to give one lucky person a $50 gift card. It was just so nonchalant. It was not salesy. It was not professional. It was not business. It was not any of that. And now they started getting accepted into groups.
Okay. Perfect. Well, I just want to tell you one last thing. I felt so bad the other day because Trey was talking about his kids, and my computer was dying, and you guys were answering a question for me. And I had just typed in the comments, is it okay if I ask my question now? And I was like, oh my God, that must have come off so rude, which I wasn't trying to be. I felt so bad about that.
No, Anna, don't worry. You were not rude at all.
I felt so rude because here he is telling a story, and I type in there, is it okay if I ask my question now? Like, shut up. I was like, oh my God.
No. Neither
That
of
is not
us.
how I meant it.
No, neither of us took it that way, Anna. You're perfectly fine.
Okay, because then in the middle of you guys answering my question, my computer died.
Yeah, it did.
And I was like, damn it. That's so bad.
No, that was
Anyway.
You're perfectly fine. Trey and I, we get really juiced up. We love talking about this, and man, we could talk for 10 hours straight without skipping a beat. So you're perfectly fine. Sometimes we ramble. You were great. We didn't take it bad in any way.
Okay, good. I'm so glad to hear that because it has been haunting me since last Tuesday.
Oh, so. No. Never again.
Anyway. All right, Dante, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
You got it, Anna. Really great work here.
Okay, thanks.
All right. What a great time. What a great day to be back. Man, this is awesome. Missed you guys over the weekend. So it is currently 1:10 Eastern Standard Time. We have our 2 o'clock session for our 2 p.m. cohorts. I know Maita and Mark, you guys are in those. So I have to close this one down. We back up live at 2 p.m. That's 50 minutes from now. I'll have your guys post in your community. I'll have everything set up, ready to rock and roll. So thank you for being with me today. Amazing work, gang. It's true. How we start our week is how we finish it. So it was great to be with you guys. It was great to get the week started off strong. Please don't stop. When I go away, it's all on you. It's all about the decisions you make. When I go away, we can definitely watch Netflix and eat bonbons. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. You do whatever you want to do. You make your own decisions in life. I would just encourage you to stick strong. Stick to it. And so many of you are ready to launch. So many of you are there. You're ready to launch. There's little small things. I got to change this text. I got to change this image. I got to make a thank you page. Sure, we can still take time, or we can lock in and let's do the thing and let's launch. And now we can start looking at data. Now we can see numbers. All right, that is what I'm excited for. So hopefully a little bit of an extra push for all of you guys just to get those funnels live, because that is where the power comes from. Right now, we have funnels that nobody knows about. We can't get anybody to. That's not a powerful position. I want everybody having power. So you're doing amazing. Just don't stop. Keep doing the thing. We're back at it tomorrow, same time, same place. Looking forward to seeing you guys then. Have an amazing rest of your day.